Hello and welcome to the Inspiration Pop-Up. And we are going live today again into the group. Hey, Bridget, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm fine as well, because we are talking about inspiration, my subject, what I really like, and you as well. And we are talking today about how to stay inspired for 2021. What is your first tip to stay inspired?
So what comes to my mind is when I think about last year, and I know for myself, like every single thing that happened last year, I had no idea, nothing. Like everything was a big surprise, good and bad, but it was a big surprise. And I think this year, we look at it, we go, okay, we in South Africa still are unsure about what's going to be happening because we're on the 15th, our president is going to be giving us more information.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, it's for me, it's a big thing. Number one is about pinpointing the opportunity and being able to diversify. Because if one thing that we've learned from last year, if we're not able to diversify and go online and change our business, we have no business, right?
Right. So flexibility is the word of 2021 and also 2020 already, you know? So
Yeah.
you need to see the chances. You need to connect to people you perhaps haven't connected before, and you have to rethink your business. That's for sure. And you have perhaps time to, yeah, with your creativity to create something completely new you wouldn't have thought of before, because it's the
Yeah.
challenge at the moment. No?
And I think also to be mindful that it's so easy to stay isolated, because if we're living alone, or maybe we've got, I mean, I don't have, but maybe we've got kids or various things, we can very easily become isolated from a working space. And I
Right.
think it's really, really important to connect on a working space, you know, whether it is an online coach, whether it's an online mentor, whether it's a meetup group. But I think that's really important, because I think when we spend, solitude is good, but I think too much time on your own, your creativity dies. You need people to help you along the way, right?
Yes, right. And even though I think, because I was like 5 days in quarantine now, but it was really good to get clarity and to, yeah, I don't know, scratch certain ideas and think of other things. And I realized as well that there is an empty space coming to see, okay, I could do this and this, because if you are always working and meeting people, networking all the time, then sometimes you need to have this little time. So it's good to be alone sometimes for a certain time. That's why we have also meditation courses and silent retreats and whatever, but then learn from the others as well. And what you just mentioned is so important, because I did, before I got to know you and other coaching programs, I did 2 coaching programs, international coaching programs, with a guy who was called Jacob Sokol, and he reunioned really as of people from the whole world. And when I went back to Australia last year, I met a girl from Australia who was in the course. So, and I would say I improved my English as well that much, because I was in several international coaching sessions. So it's always another opportunity to learn with something you really like, where you have a passion for, or where you want to grow and learn, right?
And to be able to take chances. I mean, one of the things that I decided to do in December was get qualified through TEFL, get my TEFL certification, which I now am. I got qualified beginning of this month or something. So now I can also teach English online, which is really cool, you know. So diversify, take chances. I don't know, focus, look for solutions. You know, if you're doing one thing, I do a lot of different things. I work at Say Yes part-time, I do coaching part-time. I'm now been doing teaching online part-time. So yeah, look for solutions. There's always a solution.
And then what you just said is so interesting, because yeah, if you do different things, what I also like, sometimes there are opportunities you never thought before. Yeah, because you always think, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do the marketing or the first video, the image film, whatever? And then you go in a group coaching or in a whatever group, and then you learn it because you get to know a person who is, by the way, a journalist or an image filmer or a marketing person. Yeah. And this is so good because it's also expensive if you start as a solopreneur, and then there you find people who say, okay, let's exchange your coaching expertise, your teaching expertise, your speaking expertise.
And sometimes it just requires, to stay positive, to stay clear, to stay realistic, to stay on track. Sometimes it does require actually paying somebody to keep you focused, keep you on track, because sometimes that self-talk, sure, it can sometimes be, it's easy at the beginning of the year. I think all of us are feeling like we're going to take over the world and change the world. But as the year starts moving forward, suddenly it's like it's not as easy, and it does. It can get more challenging. So take whatever help you can, do whatever you need to do in order to make sure that your 2021 is just going to be flipping amazing.
And that was my favorite vocabulary I learned in my first international coaching call was accountability partner. I have never heard this word before. So it's like a buddy, right? Who keeps you on track, on focus. So everybody is, I don't know, you call yourself twice a week, three times a week, but it was a really good word, and I learned so much, and I got to know so many interesting people through that. And it's also sometimes friendship for a lifetime, no? If you start a business or you coach another person for the first time or whatever. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And there's exciting news that we want to share.
Right. I just wanted to tell you all, and as well, Bridget is going to announce it in a second as well, but we are going to do a coaching session with everyone who wants to try it, because Bridget is the expert in business ideas and she helped me so much. And I would say I learned a lot through this method, Herz über Kopf. So I do more the life coaching sessions, but we as a package, we thought we want to give you all what we do. What are we going to do? Tell the people what are we going to do.
Oh, what we're wanting to do is work with between 4 to 6 people, and also people actually who are German speaking, who are wanting to work on their English and improve their English, because then it's a double whammy. They get doing the coaching, plus they're going to be working on the English, improving their English. And because it's going to be group coaching, 10 sessions, 1 hour, once a week, it's not going to be personalized. So it's not going to be about a person. It's going to be working in a group around diversifying what you do, around feeling or creating inspiration, but it is all around group. So our first webinar will be on the 20th. And once we have a group confirmed, then we send the link out to the webinar. The webinar will be free. And then from there, those who sign up, we will then charge a rate for that. It's going to be in euros. So if you are keen, you can contact either of us through Facebook, or you could send us a private message, but I'm sure you've got both of our details.
Yes, I will post a link and I will post an email address, and you can also contact us via private message, that's for sure. And I can just say, perhaps I just switch for a second to German to just give it to the people. Für mich war es immer das Interessanteste, in solchen internationalen Calls zu lernen. Und das wollen wir euch geben in einem Webinar, wo wir euch beide oder euch mit euren Business-Ideen coachen, wo ihr einfach Ideen kriegt von den anderen Menschen. Und das machen wir am 20. Januar um 18:30 Uhr. Und alle die Details bekommt ihr dann bald hier in der Gruppe. Okay. Yeah, so
I have no idea what you just said.
I was just asking. No, I just said the same, and how impactful it is to be coached from a group, because when you mention an idea and other people give their perspectives about this, then it's sometimes so eye-opening. So it's a very good thing. And we are looking forward to all the ideas you have in your mind, and we try to make it into an interesting mixture that you create your own life and your own business.
Absolutely.
Right? Thank you.
So much. Bye.
So see you next week. Bye-bye.